This is the world. We may not be right, but we don't know what about. This is the world. We don't fuck around. If we did, we found out we are drunks. This is the world. We may not be right, but we don't know what about.
Hello, folks. This is the Drunks versus the World podcast. I'm Justin. I am here with
Lucas
and Jason.
And we are Drunks versus the World.
We are.
Episode number...
I think we're on 94. We're getting up there.
94.
Nice.
94.
Just like the interstate, right near us.
I-94.
Yeah.
94.
Drunk
Yeah.
94.
Drunk 90. Yeah, don't get that fucker you've been drinking.
I
Don't
wonder
drink a
what
drive,
the
by the way.
average episode lifespan is of the regular podcast or just any podcast.
It depends. I've read that there's some that do like quick little 10, 15 minute ones. There's some that do half an hour.
I'm saying episode-wise, though.
How long? Or how?
many?
Yeah.
Like the average lifespan of a normal podcast.
I bet
I'm not
we're
sure.
over it.
I think we are
I bet most flame out in the first,
6-8 months.
if even.
Like the one,
Yeah.
like the one me and you started with Dusty.
Yeah.
It says 174 days.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, we're past
way
that.
past that.
Way past that. We're going on 2 years.
We're fucking killing it.
We're killing it. Veterans. We are now veterans
Veterans,
of the podcast community.
I'm going to put that on my LinkedIn podcaster.
Can you put that? You should be able to put that on your resume.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, you're famous from.
It says here podcaster. What podcast are you referring to?
I'd like to plead the fifth.
Yeah, dude, I told my doctors to check it out.
Yeah.
My neurologist, he
What
goes,
do they think?
he goes, so the day he asked me about it, he went out and listened to it
Yeah.
the next day, and he came back and he goes, definitely funny. Definitely on the more offensive side. I was like, yeah, I'm glad you listened to that one because I'm not sure whatever if he listened in because he's let's put it this way, his family wasn't born here in the United States, right? So I'm like kind of hoping, glad that he didn't listen to some of the. Not saying it was racist shit that we said.
Well, we like aliens. I mean,
Yeah. Yeah.
that's where he's from, right? Is that-
Yes.
From another planet.
Uranus.
Eh.
Oh my god.
What?
so sick of that fucking
You ever
joke.
heard that joke before?
Or maybe it was in the constellation of Cancer.
It's worse than the knock knock joke.
Oh my God! Shut up! You're
From Uranus.
you're such a baby.
No, it's not that bad.
Hate you.
I don't.
How was your week, Justin?
Well, terrible as usual.
Terrible.
But my bets are good. You know.
Yes, you won.
And I'm going to the Vikings game this weekend.
Oh, there goes your bets.
Yeah. Well,
My winnings.
I mean, if anything, you get to see T Swift.
She's not going to be there.
I bet you she
I don't
is.
think so. I
You
mean,
want to bet? You want to bet?
it's a-
I like to bet.
Yeah, I have an addiction to betting. By the way,
saying it is like one of the better stadiums in the league right now. So it
She's
might
not
be-
coming to Minnesota.
I mean, not the best one, but we all know ours is the best one.
Theirs probably is the best one. The Raiders.
Probably.
Yeah,
That's
and that's not because I'm a Raiders fan. I mean, just look at the fucking thing; it looks
Well,
badass.
I just think every time it's like signing a quarterback. Every time you build a new stadium, it
That's
has to
gonna
be
be
the
the nicest
biggest
one,
and
yeah.
best stadium.
Yep.
Yeah, but there's been a couple after that. I mean, look at that new one down in Dallas. Got not that great.
It's big.
I'm
It's
like-
got the biggest screen ever.
Well, they got to see Jerry Jones and make sure that they have enough cameras on him.
Yeah.
He's the biggest star on that team. He doesn't give a fuck
He is
who's on the
yeah.
team.
He owns that team.
True.
You are my property.
Yeah.
And how he looks at it.
Well, you heard about like when he traded for Trey Lance. He didn't even ask his GM or his head
Right,
coach.
yeah.
He's like, I don't need to.
I
ask
don't
him."
even think they have a GM, honestly.
Oh, they have a GM. It's just he was like, I don't need to ask my GM. I don't need to ask my head coach. We needed an answer now, so I did it. This is my
Yeah,
team.
that's
I'm
just
like,
the way he is.
I mean,
need
I
a-
guess technically he's right. Like, he doesn't need to consult them, but should he? Yeah.
Is he? I wonder. Is he like the only owner, or does he have shareholders? I wonder.
I think he's the only owner. I think
because
he's
there's
the
only
sole-
probably a few of those, like Robert
There are.
Kraft, probably.
It's getting way less common as teams get sold, just because the price has gone
so high.
There's a female owner that apparently owns stake in 2 teams.
One of the Saints
and the Lions.
Yeah, that's the Ford lady.
Yeah, but she has like stake in 2. She's an owner. She has ownership in 2 NFL teams.
I don't know about that. I don't even know if you can do that.
I think maybe if it's a minority,
professional teams.
Yeah,
one thing,
not NFL teams.
But I'll bet that there's like some stipulation where she can only hold so much, share at one time and can't be involved in any decision making, because then you start to get conflicts.
I think she's a minority shareholder. Yeah. You see, Tom Brady
he's got some
bit
share.
of a pause. Well, though there was they put Mark Davis apparently either overvaluated the team or undervaluated the team in order to
fell through.
Yeah. Well, it's put on pause.
Yeah, it's on pause while they review it.
Yeah. Pookie, how was your week?
Well, I didn't kill myself.
You woke up this side.
Yeah, I didn't kill myself.
Good job.
Yeah, you wook up on this side of the grass. That's a good job.
Yep.
For now.
It was okay.
Made it through another week.
It's gonna be fucking.
It's gonna be okay.
Yeah.
It'll be all right.
It's gonna be a fucking white knuckling it till midnight tonight, huh? Just wondering, man. Shit.
Maybe.
We'll see.
Yeah.
We'll see. How was your week?
My week, as usual, was riveting. Yeah.
You got that new game.
Yeah, I did. I got that WWE 2K23. Mm-hmm. Fun. Very, very fun. Mm-hmm. Took me a day and a half to get my character fucking worked out, but...
That is the most important part.
For me, because I really like that. I'm really into the storyline of that shit. I'm more of a storyline guy. Do I like playing like Call of Duty where it's like PvP? Sometimes. But when you get people that are so fucking, that's all they do is drink fucking Code Zero Mountain Dew, jerk off, and fucking play video games.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Now you're speaking my language.
But other than that, went to trivia on Wednesday with Pookie, and we didn't do too bad. Horrible. Mm-hmm. That last fucking question was kind of threw a wrench into things, though.
That was tough.
So
that WWE 2K23, and I'm not trying to be funny, that you can create characters.
Yeah.
And people create like Sting and characters that aren't on the game.
Right.
Is there anyone that's trying to create Chris Benoit?
I don't know, but I bet you there is, because there's like 5,000 fucking things on there. Like I see there's this woman, this dude made this woman that had to have been 500 pounds and her tits were down to her fucking knees and shit. And, they're doing everything. They made
try.
Yeah. I'm sure that they did, because you could go in there and if you could find a face that's kind of like his, then you could take it and you can morph it and shit, or you could take it, like say just a profile picture, not a profile, but a front on picture of him, and you can import it into the game. Mm-hmm. And then you just do some, I guarantee you that somebody's done it, because they got the moveset.
Yeah.
I
just wonder, like, sometimes when you create characters, if you like use a swear word as the last name, the game won't let you. I wonder if you try to type in Benoit.
Yeah, I was gonna say there might be a filter that they.
I don't know, because they let Sting's name. The guy made Sting.
Yeah, but it's Benoit. They don't want to be associated with Benoit.
With the whole murder.
I get it. I know.
Alleged murder. Okay, he was never convicted in a court of law. Let's get that clear.
Right.
We should stress that.
Yeah.
He's an innocent man.
Just like OJ.
Benoit.
just like OJ.
Just like OJ.
He was never convicted.
I know. I have to put that. Gad, I got to stab you a little bit on that one, but
it's still that memorabilia.
Yes.
That he was.
People, you know what? He probably got more time for steal. Well,
he did.
He did it, right? But he hardly spent any time for it. Like, he got, 20 years? Wasn't it? And he spent, 6?
The punishment he got did not fit that crime.
But he got a lot of fucking time, but he only spent, 6 years, if that. I don't even think it was that long, maybe 3.
I think it was like 8. I don't remember.
And the thing was, he didn't spend a lot.
7.
And then he, but the way it sounds to me, he might have actually gotten more time for that than if he actually would have killed her. Who knows?
I don't know.
Crime of passion.
Yep.
Crime
Heat
of
of the
passion,
moment.
Heat of the moment.
Heat of the moment.
Yeah, they'd only been divorced like 5 years, you know,
Yeah.
so
He had only met Ron Goldman
1,000 times, you know. He let his buddy Marcus Allen fucking rail her. Why wouldn't he let Ron Goldman do it?
Hated Marcus Allen.
No, he didn't. Him
OJ?
him and OJ were homies.
They,
He banged Nicole, like
Yeah,
shit.
totally.
Marcus banged Kris Jenner too.
Yep. Yep.
Well, Marcus Allen had a lot of ass.
That's my kind of guy.
That's the kind of guy.
He was
He's a hell of a running back.
he was my second. He was like my second favorite on Tecmo Bowl.
Really?
Behind obviously Bo
Bo
Jackson.
Yeah.
So
Played on the same fucking team.
But yeah, otherwise it was Marcus Allen.
this actually kind of works into our topic for this week is technology that ruined crime. You know.
I don't see how that.
So I mean, what if?
Oh wait, yeah, we were just
So if they would have had, because now like having a home security system like cameras and shit is a hell of a lot cheaper to have than it was back then.
If fucking the door cameras were installed back in OJ's years, he'd be on
Oh yeah,
the fucking door. What do they call them now?
Rings.
ring.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They would have seen him jump
Yeah,
that
like-
fucking fence. Oh, I couldn't jump that fence. I got arthritis.
Not my knife. You're holding it. You're waving it in the air. Got
You
on
had
thing.
blood on your clothes. Oh, but that stuff got. That's where.
Just happened to have like socks drenched in in all that blood on his bedroom floor, and it's like,
Right.
oh shit, I don't know how those got.
But see, and that's how.
Beats me.
So that's how the whole evidence thing bothers me. How some evidence can be brought in and some can't. Evidence is evidence.
Yeah, it's a very.
It's
but there are very specific rules around it,
Right.
and it is.
It has to be disclosed at a certain time and blah
Yeah,
blah blah.
and
So
it is to protect like us from
incriminating ourselves, yes, or
well, and just from cops
Planting shit.
planting evidence, and
Mark Furman was a bag of shit anyway.
he was.
he was, but OJ still did it.
Well, cops said it, or the judge said he didn't.
In my
Jury
opinion,
didn't.
I believe that he did.
In my opinion, he did it. But guess what?
In the eyes of
Run,
the law,
juice, run.
Following that's
Yeah,
all he did.
you had to go fucking beat the shit out of some guys to get some of your fucking trophies back, and he gets 900 years for that and spends
Wouldn't that
3.
be something if he didn't do it? Wouldn't that be something?
That would blow my mind.
Like,
See, here's another thing. How can you lose the fucking civil case, but win the criminal case? That
very different.
bothers me.
Yeah,
no, I get it. It just fucking makes no sense.
Yeah, that's why it's really common for families where they're pretty sure they know that the guy did it, but because the threshold is so much higher in criminal proceedings,
Yeah.
it's like, oh fuck, yeah, they're found innocent, but at least we can still punish them, in
Right,
this
yeah.
way.
Well, so the way that technology has kind of fucked with criminals nowadays, everybody's got a fucking camera. Everybody's got a fucking video camera, not just camera, video camera on their phones. They got closed circuit television cameras all over businesses nowadays. I mean, you can't get away with shit. You got like in my pickup on your guys' vehicles, I guarantee you, if you did something wrong and somebody blamed it on you and they called the cops, they know exactly how to ping your car to go get you.
yeah.
GPS nowadays.
They have the ability to watch you at all times if they wanted to and see exactly what you're doing.
Right. And without getting, too deep into conspiracies, definitely. I mean, like right now, there's people that say that the U.S. government has the ability to turn on the cameras in our laptops and our phones and all this shit.
For sure.
And if they do, then, which I'm leaning towards yes. I can't say because I don't know for sure. But if they do, then you know what? The United States government is actually fucking guilty of so many fucking crimes against its own people. It's unbelievable.
after our big copper find. You remember that?
Yeah.
We got all that-
9/11, 9/11.
all
A
our
retirement fund.
the day that we salvaged all that glorious copper.
I'm not gonna lie, I found some rings and shit too.
Was that on 9/11? Was that the okay?
Yeah.
It certainly was.
yeah.
9/12.
Yeah.
Well, we got it around 9/12, 9/13.
Right, yeah.
I found some rings and some nice necklaces, some wallets that had some cash in them and shit. I don't know where they fucking came from, but you know,
Pulled it off.
I didn't pull it off.
Every time you grabbed one, you heard like, "Oh, thank God! Please help me!" And you just heard that was weird. What
What the hell? Crack? Why is this finger attached to this ring?
Your voices again. Snap.
Voices and noises and screams.
You know, but they always stopped when I walked right over the concrete that I was right by when I grabbed it. You know, it stopped some. Heard a little bit more noises. But
Goddamn good copper wire there.
yeah, it was some good.
Somebody had to salvage it. Somebody did.
Somebody was gonna sell it. Why couldn't it be us?
Throw it away?
Yeah, couldn't.
There was a penny shortage. You know, over. So we had to do something.
Had to do something.
How do you think we got the bankroll to bankroll this podcast?
There you go. Well, what were we talking about?
I don't remember.
Technology.
Technology, crime.
Copper, 9/11.
Yes. Because we're talking about how they can turn off our cameras and stuff.
Oh, yeah.
Turn on and off. It's because in the wake of 9/11, they passed so many bills.
Patriot.
The
Patriot Act,
big one.
but
they expanded surveillance powers so much that, yes, technically most of okay, say right now they turn the cameras on the laptops here,
right,
and they start, recording this footage. That footage would not be admissible in a court of law unless they'd got to go to the courts and get these super top secret
special warrants or something.
Yeah.
well,
In order, it's like with the whole how they can basically record all of our calls because people might be talking to terrorists or whatever, and so they at least will still block out the names of the U.S. citizens, and I think what they say even. Until you get one of these warrants to unmask the names.
Yeah.
So there is still somewhat, some protections in place for us. But
the biggest a problem I see with that thing, what you're talking about, is, from what I understand, and of course, obviously, I haven't read the fucking thing or read the actual law or whatever. They will find a way, any way they want, and then use that the Patriot Act as a reason to be able to fucking to get that warrant.
it gave them way too many powers,
Right.
with regards to surveillance.
I mean, we've all heard the stories about, and probably seen a couple of YouTube videos of somebody said something, typed something, or whatever on the internet or on a podcast, whatever, said something against, say, the president, but it was a violent nature. And then a week later, fucking Secret Service shows up.
Yep. I know
Okay.
someone in high school that got a visit from the Secret Service.
Yeah. Okay, so...
Really?
Oh, how did you find that out? Well, the thing is, now they have this algorithm that will actually ping anything that has to do with certain keywords and then the president and or certain politicians or whatever. Okay, so you're going to come to ask me about this. Oh, I was talking about a fucking joke that I might have seen on a movie. Well, what movie? What so again, technology right there. There's, again, not to get into the conspiracy side of it all, but that's kind of how that shit works out.
You guys, so McCarthy got outed as the speaker now.
Yeah.
Explain that like I'm 5. What the fuck happened there?
So
They're in a shutdown, and then
well,
were
they're not.
closed.
We're not shut down.
But we don't.
approaching a shutdown.
Yeah. This all goes back to when they were initially voting for speaker after they took control of the House in the midterms.
Yeah.
One of the concessions that he had to give to these, the Matt Gaetz and Marjorie Taylor Greene, people like that, was that they would allow them to call a vote for speaker to like remove the speaker with only one person needed to call for the vote.
Yeah.
Where before it was like it needed to be like a certain percentage of the entire Republican caucus.
Right.
It just won.
Yeah, but just one. So in leading up into this shutdown, they have been trying to pass bills to fund the government, but even amongst the Republicans, they couldn't come to an agreement on what to pass.
Yep.
Yeah.
People like Gates and Marjorie Taylor Greene, the really far crazy ones,
Yeah.
just asking for the most insane things
Yep.
that they know. First off, they're
Not gonna
nowhere.
pass the
They're,
debate.
yeah, they're nowhere near a bill that would pass the Senate. Like, let alone, so they can't even get it out of their own party.
Yeah.
To get it to the Senate. So Gates called in his little,
Being
his
a little bitch.
chip that he has and called for a removal vote. And the Democrats were willing to step in and save McCarthy because they get to vote on the speaker as well.
Yeah.
And so that's how they got this 45-day extension passed, was because the Democrats came to McCarthy and said, look, let's pass this. We'll support you for speaker. As long as we know that we're on a path
Same page.
to funding, and to
Right.
passing a broader funding bill. So he's like, okay, yep, he agrees with them. So they passed the 45-day thing, and then McCarthy immediately went on to news channels blaming the Democrats for the shutdown, potential shutdown and stuff. So when Gates called in his little chip to do the vote, the Democrats were like, fuck you. Like,
And
we're not
called-
going to support you now. You just
just
stabbed
called
us
out
in the back.
Right.
After we, had
plus-
an agreement.
And there's that other piece of technology that helped. It's called a fire alarm.
Yeah. Yeah.
No, Lucas, you're 100% right. I was reading the same fucking thing, and it's so stupid. I mean, so do you guys have anybody that works in the government?
My aunt, no, she's probably retired now. But she did work in the federal government at the courthouse in Fargo.
My mom had like a great uncle that worked for Nixon as some sort of under his staff.
Okay, so my brother still works for the military, and if that thing would have passed, if they wouldn't have, passed that 45 days, he wouldn't have got paid. And luckily, which is kind of a crock of shit, because I guarantee you, there's certain people out there that would have gotten paid.
Oh yeah.
But
and one of it depends on the government job too, but even ones that are like furloughed or however, while the government's shut down, they can't work. There are some in the government that still, once they come back, they'll get their pay.
Yeah,
they'll get back pay.
They get back pay, and that would have happened to Dan. But the problem,
and there was
thing is with him though, he wouldn't have. He would have still had to work, because his job is in the Defense Department.
Yeah.
So he would have still, his job is to make sure that people could still join the National Guard. Mm-hmm. And not as a recruiter, but on the front, like he's in the office, he signs the contracts. The only other guy that does anything other than, he does the contracts. The only other person that's more important to the recruiting part of it all on the backside is the guy who actually swears them in. The officer. No, the officer in like every branch of the military that recruits here in Fargo at the MEP station has some sort of officer working at their office, and then they have a commander of the MEPs, and he's the one. He could be Air Force, he could be Marines, Army, Navy, anything, but he's normally maybe a lieutenant colonel, major, something like that, and he's the one that will do the swearing in of the new recruits.
That's cool.
But my brother's the one that makes sure that the contracts are tight, everything's good, this person's going in. And so if they would have passed that 45 days, my brother Dan wouldn't have gotten paid, but he would have still had to go to work every day. Mm-hmm. And then say if it was a month and a half down the road, he would have gotten 6 weeks worth of pay. They would have been like, okay, here's your whatever he gets, probably $6,000, $7,000, $8,000 after taxes and everything, and then everything would have gotten back. But there's some out there. Let's not bullshit each other. There's going to be some out there during that government shutdown. I bet you fucking anything. Congress, House.
Oh, Congress would still get paid.
They'd all get paid.
Yeah, they get paid.
And that's one of the things that was so gross about these.
The last shutdown.
Even this one that we just avoided for now. Some of the amendments that they were trying to put in
were raises.
They're trying to give themselves raises.
Yeah.
It's like, how the fuck can you do this when you're the ones that are going to cause the government to shut down and people not get paid, and you want to get more money?
And that's
It's dirty.
Like,
right.
Yeah,
Jesus.
The fuck was that?
Shots fired.
Hope not. No, that's been going on for about a week.
We have the same blood. Tom Kleppe. He was Secretary of the Interior for Gerald Ford.
Oh, okay.
What the hell does the Secretary of Interior do?
Interior is a big one.
He's like he deals with like
Interior design?
no, he's like major roads and highways and interior.
Oh,
like
sure.
we're talking like cities, inside cities
like
and towns.
infrastructure.
Yeah.
Yeah. But to get back to where we're, technology thing, I mean, what about, nowadays you can't there's certain things you have to do to get, like, we had to, when we were trading for, doing our fucking, crypto, we had to fucking take a picture with our fucking license and all this other shit and, whatever, a little bit of technology there. But what about just in general, the fucking radio, short walkie-talkies and shit in cars ruined it for fucking, like the mobsters back in the...
I was just going to say, technology ruined the mob. I mean, I guess they exist in some capacity now, but not like they used to.
Yeah, but nowadays it's pretty easy. I mean, look at fucking cyber terrorism. Lucas, on the front line here, a few months ago, he was down in the trenches taking grenades, John.
And we paid them nothing. Okay?
Because of you.
Because of you.
Yep. It definitely wasn't because
Get
of
a fucking medal for
Yeah,
that or
you're like the
something.
John Rambo of fucking cyber terror.
It definitely wasn't because we just went to the best cybersecurity firm in the world and had them sorted
those
out. It was
fuckers
definitely
down.
me.
We're gonna start calling you Lucas Pookie, and you're gonna have a movie about you about going to war with the cyber terrorists.
Cyber dicks.
Cyber terrorism
Cyber
is so boring. Like, that's the thing that technology did worst to crime, is it made it so much more boring. There was something...
Crime's no fun anymore.
It's not. It's just not. There was something at least interesting, and I don't know, there's something... It's romanticizing it a lot, obviously, because obviously crime is fucking awful. But, there was something much cooler about guys having to...
Listen,
Rob banks.
Well, and meet up in back alleys at night to talk and shit. Now it's just they text through encrypted apps.
prostitution isn't ugly.
No, it's a beautiful thing.
Well, as long as they're over 18 and doing it on their own,
Should also be illegal.
Yeah, it should be. It should be.
Hey, it's the oldest profession in history.
It is.
I'm just joking. We don't really think that prostitutes. I mean, now if they're escorts, I'm totally down.
What's the difference?
Well, one goes to functions and on dates with you. Then you get to bang her. The other one, you just bang her and she could look fucking ragged. You can get a $20 blowjob. Well, you get what you pay for. It's kind of like cheap beer. Go buy a fucking $9 case of Red Dog. Gonna taste like shit, but it'll do the job.
I suppose so.
Yeah,
I suppose so.
Trying to help you out there.
Well,
You got smart weapons nowadays. Cyber terrorism. Look what happened with fucking was going down in Vegas. I wonder if that was the same people that fucking hit you guys.
I mean, it could
MGM
be.
shit.
Yeah, they fucked up the MGM and a couple of other properties really fucking good. Down to the actual slot machines.
Did you ever hear that story about Larry David and his show? There was some guy convicted of a crime. I can't remember what crime it was.
He wasn't convicted. He was on trial
Right.
for murder.
Right. And then there was some sort of it. He said he was at this place when that murder happened. And there was a shot in Curb Your Enthusiasm.
Yeah, he was in a baseball game.
Yes, it was a baseball game that proved that he was at that place and he could not have committed that murder.
It was at like fucking. He spent like 11 years in prison or something for that, didn't he?
No, I think
he actually got.
I'd have to. It's been so
I think he
long
got
since
off
I've read that
because of that.
I thought it was like he was on trial for it, and
Right.
that was the like bombshell that got him off.
Maybe I thought he was actually he got convicted.
He was not convicted. He was on trial for it.
Yeah, he was at a baseball game.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
Dodger game. Because
So-
Larry is a big Dodger fan.
Yeah. No, that's fucked up.
That's cool.
I mean, thank God for technology.
I bet
there.
Larry loves that story too. He tells you.
Oh, I'm sure he does.
Well, and then you hear about some of these people who got popped because they killed somebody and they're like, no, I was at this gas station. I went home. Okay, well, there's a video of them pulling into that gas station, but they brought their cell phone with them and they could ping. They can They could find. Oh, you actually went to this house around the time that he was killed and came back. No, it wasn't me.
Was me?
It was just my cell phone. I leave my cell phone out to go on a walk every night.
My cell phone killer.
Yeah, it was my cell phone.
Yeah.
Fucking Verizon.
Have you seen fucking Transformers? It could happen.
That's totally how the blood got on my cell phone.
Yeah.
It was because the cell phone did it.
Maybe that's where the blood came from for OJ. Bloody
Now,
socks. Maybe he was their Transformers.
I mean, okay, yeah. But there's no, I mean, he probably had a cell phone at that time.
Back then, that was fucking. He probably had a bag phone.
Yeah, but those were the big
the bag,
monster.
He had fucking the Zach Morris phone.
Yep.
What's up?
Oh yeah.
The one you got cancer from?
Zach Morris has got cancer.
No, don't you remember watching Saved by the Bell when he had that cell phone in school?
Yeah.
So, are you good now? You didn't. You were a little slow on that one.
Well, it's not just.
Right.
That's a discussion for another time.
Discussion for another time. Yeah, and then you got drones too. Police are using drones to help look for like bodies and shit like that. Like this person got. I read about this kid who was lost in a fucking he left his house. The kid was young and like really young, like 6-7 years old. He went out in his backyard. There's a bunch of fucking trees and shit, like a forest type of thing. And he was gone for 3 days. And they had like fucking drones out there looking for him and everything. That's a part where technology has helped.
Oh yeah, it's definitely on the whole, it's good.
Right.
But it has made it all so boring. Like even the police work is more boring now. It's combing through emails and shit and text messages.
What kind of trouble?
The action at.
What kind of trouble do you think the driver would get in if you called for an Uber and did a drive-by?
Wow.
I mean, here's what I really want to just go for a ride there, buddy. Do you mind? Yeah,
That would be.
and then you say, here's what I want to do. I want to go from here to here to here and then back home.
That would be kind of fun.
You would have an accomplice.
I mean, do you finish the loop or do you drop it? It'll be like, hey man, I'm not going to charge you for this ride, but I'm going to fucking just let you go.
I'll give you 5 stars.
Hey, don't worry about tipping, all right?
I'll get 5 stars after this.
But seriously, yeah.
Never thought of that. Yeah.
Drive by with an Uber.
Uber drive by.
There's a 7-part miniseries on Netflix about Uber, about how it's actually not bad. I watched it, but what about? And then you got like the Kmart of that shit. You got Lyft.
I've never taken a Lyft.
I've taken a Lyft, and I'm like, all right, well, the seatbelt doesn't work.
Is it?
No, it's like.
So there for the longest time, Uber had a specifics. You had to, your car couldn't be this old, and it had to this blah blah blah. Lyft, they're like, fuck, you can pick them up in an '82 fucking Gremlin and be like, let's roll.
God, I miss those cars. That's what my mom had when I was growing up.
82 Gremlin.
Really?
I don't know if it was 82. It was just a Gremlin.
You know, they just
No, it wasn't a Gremlin. I swear it was called a Vega.
those are even worse than Gremlins.
Those are.
Yeah, it was a.
Who
I don't even know.
Who made
Gremlin?
Yeah.
I don't even. I think it was AMC.
AMC.
Yeah. American Motor Company.
Manufacturer of Gremlin
Yeah.
vehicle.
I'm not sure who it was, but
Yep, AMC.
AMC, yeah.
American Movie Company.
Moving company.
American Movie Classics.
Classics.
God, get it right,
bitch.
bitch. Son of a
They
bitch.
did
God, you're a
before they did
fucking-
Breaking
Right.
Bad, they had the Gremlin.
Such a fucking.
You know what else it kind of ruined too? Is so our buddy, we have a mutual friend. Well, I know you know him, and I would think you'd probably call him a friend. I don't think you may have met him once. This is a buddy of ours.
I don't want to meet him.
And this son of a bitch, with him and his girlfriend, had each other like set up on their phones where they could see where they're at all times, right? And I remember one time I was got done with work at O'Kelly's, and I'm sitting there having a beer, and he walked in, and he had a couple of beers with me, and all of a sudden he gets a phone call from his old lady. Where the fuck are you? And she just ripping him a new asshole.
I know who you're talking about.
Yeah, and I was like, "What the fuck? How'd that happen?" He was, "Oh, we share each other. We have each other on GPS so we can track where we're at." Wait, are you fucking kidding me?
Oh, yeah.
One time we went camping together, and he goes, and me and him went to have lunch at this bar that was like, when we went camping in Silver Lake, there was a bar open at Rutland that we went to have it, and they had great burgers. And he goes, well, she'll be here in like 2 minutes. I was like, how the fuck do you know? She didn't even call. Oh, I have her. I'm like, you guys are fucking weird. So, kind of, it's not, technology didn't ruin this, but it ruined cheating.
It's crazy when all these crime documentaries you watch, how often the cops go onto Facebook and how much shit they disclose on Facebook.
Yeah,
It says it right there.
that's one thing that always shocks me is how much and how often these guys just talk about it with other people.
Or even just a Google search. Oh, you searched fucking school shootings. How do you, shit like that.
How do I do a school shooting?
Grab gun, walk in school,
That's
shoot
all about
kid.
right here.
There's not a lot of technology involved with that one, but no. So on that Uber thing that I watched today, they were talking about how he pulled a fucking Hunter Biden. He had his fucking laptop confiscated, right? And it was whatever. They looked into it, like really dove deep into it, and they found his last Google search. And his last Google search was how to scrub a laptop.
Really?
But they couldn't tell what he looked for other than that. But yeah, that was the last thing.
And so he takes it to a computer shop to be like, I just need you to scrub this laptop.
Yeah. No,
And then they find it.
it was, I can't remember who got it, but yeah, they found it. It was Google looked it up, and he goes, oh my God.
Because that shit'll stay.
They know how to get into it.
And if you use Gmail
Yeah.
and you log into your Gmail in multiple Chrome browsers, all that shit is shared.
Yeah.
So it's Google's got the info somewhere.
Yeah.
But, and then I've heard that one of the good things, like for college girls that are going to school by themselves, don't know anybody, new town, whatever.
Go on.
But, well, you might not like this part
These
because
types of college girls to perhaps go wild.
different technology there.
All right.
Those hidden cameras. No, is that if they're walking, like say to their dorm or somewhere, and they feel like they're being followed, what they should do is call. They have a certain number you could call, and you hold your phone up so you FaceTiming them, right?
Oh yeah.
And they want you to hold it out to the left so you can see. They can see if somebody is following them, and then say, "I'm really scared," blah blah blah. So then, that video may not be saved for you to see, but it can be.
Yeah.
It can be found, and they'll be able to be like, okay, this motherfucker did attack her. We got video of it, and that's something like that. I would fucking pay. I give every dollar I had to make sure my wife and my daughters were safe. My mom, my sister, for something like that, because And so there again, right there, it ruins it for rapists.
I'll
rapers.
give every dollar that I'll have to make sure that they're not safe. Justin, you're the tiebreaker here.
Yeah.
Is his family safe or not?
I'm conflicted.
Well, my sister can kick your ass.
Yes,
She
I
kicked my ass.
She's not fat, but she's a fucking tall. She's a
tall. I'm tall too. You seen these?
You see? Oh, no.
Seen these?
These people haven't
Surprised you
seen
allow guns in this garage.
Who would say no?
Oh, yeah, those are rubber band guns.
Okay.
But, no, I mean, just, see, again, videotape ruins it for rapers.
I think teenagers really got fucked too, like that tracking shit. I'd be so pissed if my mom was like, "Yeah, I got you on the tracker." So.
Well, I mean, I guess it kind of depends. There's some reasons that might.
But it's probably a good thing in the end.
I think overall it is. I mean, parents today are way more conscious about like their kids and
Yeah, there's
like,
a
More
lot of
protective. We're definitely more
parents.
protective.
But I mean, I see it's kind of a meme at this point. But like people talk about how kids today are so much wilder and shit than they were like when we were growing up.
Far from
and
it.
it's like what are you talking about? When we were growing up, they had commercials that would come on at 10 p.m. and it said, "It's 10 p.m. Do you know where your kids are?" Like, they had to remind parents that they had kids back then.
I shared a fucking meme today that showed a picture of it's under this Gen X fucking page that I follow on Facebook, and it had a picture of Gen X. I just turned 18, and the kids pass out on the ground with a case of fucking beer next to them, and then it says kids nowadays with I'm 18 there, and he's got balloons and all this and blah blah blah. I was like, that is totally fucking true. That is, I turned 18. I got drunk as fuck. I don't even think I made it home the night I turned 18. Nowadays, kids, when they turned 18, when Emma turned 18, she was home in bed by 10:30.
Yeah,
You know?
that's because of her dickhead father.
Yeah, her dad's a dick. You know, she graduated high school, and she was out till like 2:30, which was fine, whatever.
Oh,
Yeah. And she got home, she goes, I am so tired. I'm like, at least you're
have you ever caught
sober.
her coming home drunk?
Nope. Not yet.
Stoned?
Not yet.
That's good.
I don't think she will. She just doesn't seem like,
Maybe she's just hiding it really well.
hopefully, because I did. I got caught one time, and that's because I was so fucking drunk. I walked in the house, and my mom's like, are you sick? I was like, no, leave me the fuck alone. What? And my dad came in there, and I was like, fuck, I screwed up. The one time. You know, I never really got caught. But see, there's again, technology. Your parents could buy a fucking breathalyzer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, back in the day, they just had to hope that they weren't drinking that night so they could tell if you were drinking.
Yeah.
It's just crazy to think about how different it is. Because when I was a kid, we didn't have cell phones and shit like that. And so
Oh, yeah.
just be back by dark. Like, you know, just get on your bike and go ride around town. And like today, no, you got to have your cell phone on you. So your parents can get in contact with you at any time.
Well, when Emma's out and about with her friends, we do ask her to check in. Just send us a fucking. But it's been like that since she was like 12. You know, when 13 years old, when she got to be a teenager, we were bringing her to the mall, so and made sure she had a few friends, and she'd hang out with her friends at the mall because that's what teenage girls did. You know, but hey,
Now, if you send a text to your kid and that kid doesn't respond within 3 hours, they freak the fuck out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You didn't respond.
We don't freak out, but she knows. Like, there's one time we were told her, hey, just let us know what you're going to be doing. Okay. And then we don't hear from her until like 9 o'clock. And she's like, oh, that's why I could stay again. Oh, so you're not dead in a fucking ditch? What do you mean? Well, we asked you to just at least let us know what you're doing. You know, just, we don't know. Maybe you could have drove and seen your grandma Sandy for all I know. You could have been to Minneapolis and back, you know, and.
When I was a kid, I had the earliest curfew of all of my friends.
Really?
And my mom would be one of those people because I had a cell phone back then. That hey, just check in, and then I would check in. Oh, you texting your mom? Oh, you're gonna go home, Justin? Oh,
What was your
it is
curfew?
kind of embarrassing to be that guy.
What was your curfew?
It changed from
6
o'clock,
p.m.
from 5 to 6.
Seriously, I'll tell you mine.
It changed. Like, what was yours?
When I was a freshman to sophomore, it was 9 o'clock. No,
Yeah.
and then when sophomore, junior year, 10:30, and then that was on weekends.
No.
Well, I'll take that back. On weekends, from freshman till like I was a junior, it was like 10:30, and then senior year, it was like midnight. But you just got to be smart and drink before that. Get drunk beforehand and sober up before you go home. What was yours?
I think by the time I was a senior, it was 1 o'clock.
Yeah.
But it seemed like I grew up in a pretty small town. All my other friends were pretty much out all night.
Well, see where I was from though. It wasn't small, but it wasn't huge. There was about 11,000 people when I was there. Everybody knew everybody, and it's not like how it is there now, where you fucking shit's still going off over there because of certain people that moved there because of the oil field, the boom.
Yeah.
But we did,
Looking back at it, my mom was in, like, especially the shit that I was fucking doing.
Well, but the
was
thing was, I snuck out too.
I did too, yeah.
There's one time I tried to sneak out my sister door.
Couple of degenerates here.
And I broke the fucking window and I hauled ass, went to bed, and my sister ended up almost getting in trouble for it. But then again, one time I slept in like all my clothes because I had to wake up at 3 to start my fucking paper out at 4.
Jesus.
And my sister snuck out and she got home and she was in the shower, or no, she was in the bathroom, and my dad woke up. What the hell, you just getting home? She goes, no, Dad, I don't feel well. Oh, okay. Comes and checks on me, and I'm still in my clothes, and I'm like, and he's like, what the fuck? And he got mad. I was like, I slept in clothes because I got to do my paper route. Oh, bullshit, you just got home? No!
Good lie, though.
Yeah. But, see, no, Mom and Dad's room was in the front of the house, and we had a back door. My brother gave me a key, too. And then when they found out that there was multiple keys running around, they changed the lock.
Of course.
But I was smart. I fucking kind of put some shavings in there and shit, and I used to just walk out the back door. I'd jump the fucking fence, and I was good to go. Make sure I was usually home by about 5, because about 5:30, 5:45, my dad started to wake up for either work. If he didn't have to work the next day, I was probably good I had to be home by the very latest 6:30. Thank God he didn't have cameras, because he would have been one that would have had cameras.
Yeah.
You know?
I used to, when I was skinny enough, like in
Hey, you're a
junior
fat
high,
fuck.
I fucking, those basement windows, those small, what do you
Oh,
Yeah.
I would
Yeah.
sneak out of them.
That's the one I broke.
Was it?
In my sister's room.
Then eventually you just get too big and
Well,
what do they call those windows again?
I don't
They
know.
just
Basement windows. Fuck, I don't know.
egress windows?
Yes.
Yeah. Well, egress is more the ones where you literally,
Yeah, those are the ones you can like crawl.
Yeah, I couldn't crawl because our window was about this big. Mm-hmm. And you had to, the way sister's like, okay, but if you put your leg here, then you should be just able to pull yourself out. I'm like,
Like a hopper window, like one of these.
yeah, that was no. Nope.
Oh,
yeah, I
okay.
broke.
That's what I was thinking.
Yeah, that's what I broke.
Yeah.
You know, so like I said, we're lucky that nowadays it almost seems like you have to have a fucking alarm system in certain parts of town to, you know, somebody's house is always getting broken into that you hear about. And
Did you guys this week get the national security?
Yep.
I didn't,
You didn't get that?
I did. That's why I'm.
How did you not get it?
That's why I'm.
because I don't have the good cell
You're a
phones.
zombie?
Yeah, my COVID vaccine activated
Oh, yeah.
and zombified me. So
See, technology.
Told you. I fucking told
you were right. You were right.
No, I didn't get it.
How did you not get it?
Like I said, dude, I'm on Cricket. I don't have fucking.
Fucking cricket. That explains
They don't
that.
care about the fucking low income people here. Fuck them.
Let them die.
That guy's got Cricket.
Verizon is like they're fucking using our network. and-
Chances are that guy's on Snap, so fuck him.
If you have cricket, don't bother.
Yeah, yeah. No, I didn't get it. At least I don't remember getting it. Been a long. It was like I said, it was a long week.
I got it, I got it, and then I went on and saw the crazy reactions to it, and
They were crazy.
they were like, ridiculous. But there was one, God, what was it that she was saying? I don't remember. It was just an insane conspiracy, and as you guys know, I hate Elon Musk, and he responded to it, and he was like, "Yeah, this was really weird." I'm like, "What do you mean it was weird?" Like,
oh my god, it was a test.
It was a test, and it was announced beforehand.
Yeah. I think that there was a conspiracy, like it was 3 minutes before than what they thought.
Oh yeah,
I don't know.
Well, Russians had one too this last week.
Okay.
They had one, and before they even put it out there, they had to tell their national television network or whatever. They had to go out there and say, "Just let you know, this is just a test. We're not getting fucking bombed, and this isn't happening.
Not yet."
Yeah, shut up.
Yeah, and well, as we learned at trivia this week,
Yeah.
they have to do these tests every 2 years. Like literally,
Yeah.
Was it 2 or 3?
I think it was 2.
I thought they did it once a year.
And then it just happened to be. Oh no, it's 3.
It's 3.
because they only skipped 1 year between
Yeah.
the last couple of
Yeah,
tests.
because if I remember right, they actually did it during COVID.
yeah,
They sent it out, said, shelter in place, blah, blah, blah. And I'm like,
I'll tell you what, man, that soundbite that they use is
Annoying
effective.
as fuck.
It's like
oh,
it's scary.
terrible, yeah.
Like, oh my god, what's happening?
Well, and the worst
you're
is
gonna die.
They should use like the Jeffersons theme or something, or like
Sanford and Son.
Nuclear bomb.
You big dummy. Time to look outside, see if you dead.
The worst part about it too is whenever it goes off, when they're actually using it, it's always just some old person that's wandered off. And
Yeah.
that they
Oh, the
can't
silver
find.
alert?
Yeah,
Yeah.
like don't wake me up at 3 a.m. for a silver alert, okay?
Or an Amber Alert. You know what? She
Yeah.
walked off on her own.
Well, an Amber Alert at least is like, okay, it's a child. Like they wouldn't normally be.
So
out at
you're
3
okay.
a.m.
It's okay if it's a fucking your 98-year-old
Yeah.
grandma, but
Yeah.
not your fucking 14-year-old niece.
Yeah.
Yeah, they've had a good life. All right, they'll keep, okay? They can wait until morning.
But
They're
what
not
if,
worth the
but
Amber
what if
Alert.
you're not in the will? If you're not in the will, it's okay. But if you are in the will,
Well, if
then
I'm
find her.
if I'm related to them, then my family is gonna call me and wake me up anyway. So
Say she said, "Fuck you. You're not in the will because you don't care."
An 8-year-old's life is just as valuable as a
more
98-year-old's
valuable.
life.
It's more valuable.
It's just as valuable.
What if that 8-year-old was a mass murderer?
Well, that's a different story.
that'd be sweet. Like I want to hear that story. How'd that happen?
Yeah, no shit.
So how'd you do your first killing?
That's a prison interview I want to see.
Like, do they go to like juvie or?
They're 8? Yeah, they're going to juvie.
I got a weird Google search. If I even want to search it.
See, and
The
again,
youngest
that's...
person to commit a murder.
Go ahead. But see, and that's the other thing.
Bets.
Again,
10.
no, 5.
Yeah, it probably is way younger.
There was some kids, like a fucking 8-year-old.
7.
Ooh.
Youngest serial killer in the
Serial
world.
killer?
Yeah.
7
that's
years
what it
old
says.
serial
Three
killer?
people.
Holy shit.
What the fuck? How'd this happen?
Well,
It's Amarjit Bihar murdered 3 people at the age of 7. First one at the age of
where
7.
was this located at? Where did this happen at? Let's just see.
India. Murdered 3 people, including family members.
Was he starting to
By
get
the
his
time he was 8 years old.
Was he
In
starting-
separate incidents between 06, 07.
Was he starting to get his pilot's license around 99? Or?
Sounds like it was mostly family.
I'm gonna guess the dad was just a psycho, killed 3 family members, and it was like, oh, it was my son.
Oh, that little fucker right there.
person's-
7-year-old son.
It was little
6.
fucking Butu over here just fucked him up. Yeah.
He killed 3 people younger than him. One
Oh,
was a baby, one was a 6-year-old.
so he's just a spoiled little fucker. He was like, you're going to pay more attention to fucking her instead of me.
Said,
Here, I'm going to fucking take that little shit out.
yeah, that's probably how it went down.
Oh, God, that's
Like
horrible.
the
That's
day,
terrible.
It was the day that he learned of, like, finally understood the concept of death. Like
and
his dad
shit.
just explained.
But
to
it
him.
was also sharing he had to learn about.
Yeah. It was also his dad just explained to him what it means to die, and then the kid just slowly looks over at his younger sibling.
Got all fucking Stewie Griffin on him, and, I'm not sharing my fucking teddy
what
bear,
to
and you're fucked. God damn, that's crazy. But see, now if they would have had technology, they would have, giving that kid a fucking iPad and
Might
been like,
be,
leave him
I
alone.
don't want to call it a record, but that might be something that won't be
Broken?
broke.
You never know. You never know.
You never know. Records were meant to be broken.
That is true. That is true. Well, anyway, gentlemen, we're sitting at about that time. One thing I do want to mention is that we are having a contest for, I believe it was December 7th is when we were going to have our, the Drunkie Awards. But between now and then, anybody who signs up for our Patreon, a random Patreon member of ours will win $225.
Fucking A.
Gonna be random. It ain't gonna be just like, oh, she looks hot, we gotta give her the money, and then Justin will start sending her kiss emojis, and that's
Probably.
we can't do that.
We can't.
you know.
Yeah. Can't
No, it's gonna be random. So, make sure you check us out on Patreon, Good Pods, podcast, Spotify, Podcastify, Amazon. We're all over the place if you listen to podcasts. Justin, do you have anything you'd like anybody to know before we sign off?
I do. Rest in peace, Dick Butkus.
You notice he was worried about
Yes.
dick
Well, yeah.
and butts.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, R.I.P. Dick Butkus. And Pookie, why don't you take us out?
I got nothing. R.I.P. Dick Butkus. Bud
Butkus.
Bud.
That guy played for the Bears.
The Bears.
The Bears. All right, we'll see y'all later.